For Alachua County Sheriff's Office, deputies that work at schools like Eastside High actually go out to Crescent Beach to make sure their students stay safe. To keep signage costs low, Bradford County is having inmates place 17 more signs at sexual predator homes like this one starting next week. Officials say the driver lost control of the car, veering off the road and crashing into this tree right over here. Right now, residents have to go through these dirt roads every day just to get to their homes. Once instruments are used, they should be put into an ultrasonic cleaner like this one, where they are processed, rinsed, and packaged for re-sterilization. Behind me is where the victim used to live, where the attacker still lives, and where the victim is still trying to get out of her lease. This new vehicle will be able to feed thousands right here on site. It has wireless access and it's a lot more cost efficient. One Gainesville resident got more of a trick than a treat last night.
I was just having a little get together at the house and I came outside around 1 o'clock to get something out of my car and I noticed that my vehicle was vandalized.
Christopher Wiggins called the sheriff's office last night but was still picking up the pieces this morning. When Christopher came out to his car last night, he found it covered in racial slurs and offensive language. But luckily this morning, he's able to clean it off with a little bit of soap and water. Being new to the complex, Wiggins didn't think anyone disliked him. He sees it just as vandalism and ignorance.
I thought it might have been a racial thing with the KKK also being tagged on here, but it's just random stuff that's not even worth it.
But the sheriff's office is taking it very seriously.
For somebody to be picked on because of their, once again, their race, their religion, their beliefs, we're not going to tolerate that. That's bad news. And with the gamut of different things that were there, it may be a kid just playing.
Wiggins' car wasn't the only thing spray painted. The wall in his building and 2 other cars had marks. But Wiggins' car had the most messages.
Next time, just leave a note. If you have something to say, just leave a note.
Juliana Valencia, WFT News.
I was raped, beaten, left for dead. And all you do is you get up, you brush the dust off, and then you go back out and you try to get more dope, you try to get more money.
11 years later, Jennifer Smith lives with her 2 adopted children, never taking her new life off the streets for granted.
I get up in the morning, I'm safe. I get up in the morning, my children are safe. I have a son, he's 22 years old. When I was in my addiction and I was on the streets, and I had a pimp when I was on the streets, I had what's commonly known as a sugar daddy that would abuse you and use you and do unthinkable things to you.
Whatever they asked of her, Smith obliged, which is why some experts believe prostitution is a modern-day form of slavery.
Is prostitution the same as sex trafficking? Technically not, right? Technically not, it's not. But do I think that a lot of the women are prostituted are in sex trafficking? Yeah.
Tovar pursues his passion of preventing human trafficking through his organization, FIGHT. And according to the Alachua County Sheriff's Office, Florida is in the top 3 states for human trafficking.
It's a huge multi-billion-dollar industry, the sex industry is. And hopefully at some point in time that demand for that industry will be less.
I know we like to focus on helping the victims or on the traffickers and so forth, but the big problem is the people that are buying it.
Just last year, ACSO detective units discovered the sex trafficking of a 14-year-old girl.
She was able to come and go, but he basically had full control over her.
The Alachua County Sheriff's Office arrested Bertram Harrison at the Days Inn right here in Gainesville. After further investigation, they found out he had been involved with sex trafficking a minor. The Child's Protection Team later found out from the 14-year-old girl that her protector had brought her here several times to have sex with men.
Who was buying sex from this woman? Local guys from the area. It wasn't people from other countries, it was us.
Once victims are able to break away, the recovery process is not easy.
Intense counseling, a lot of tears, a lot of struggles, a lot of practicing saying no. And I think that that's the biggest thing that I could tell anyone. You have to practice starting to say no, because we're so used to saying yes.
And with her new life, she helps other women to find ways to say no.
I didn't just stop being a prostitute or not have a pimp anymore to go grocery shopping. I went to help, like I'm off to help women, to help you understand your value.
She runs House of Hope, a prison transitional ministry for women, allowing them to share their struggles, giving a chance to move forward. Juliana Valencia, WUFT News. When the state gives a school an F grade and an extra hour of school, many would think it'd be discouraged. But Caring and Sharing Learning School is taking advantage of the longer day.
There's been nothing negative and it's been all positive.
Schools who scored in the bottom 100 for reading on the FCAT are required by the state to keep students an extra hour each day.
Now they understand the importance of every single question matters. So they're basically walking around with a chip on their shoulder saying, we got something to prove because we're not failing.
With funds from the state, teachers like Hall work another hour each day to help kids improve their reading skills.
We love the kids, and this is our calling, our job, our career, and we engage in it willingly.
And so far, the progress has been positive.
On day one, we saw an immediate change.
The students are in their extra hour of class, but even from the hallways, you can tell the energy is still high. With classrooms like Hall's that keep learning both engaging and exciting.
Say I got a big head? Yeah. Okay.
Working on the students' word comprehension with timed readings and weekly unit tests to track their growth.
We're going to return back where we came from. We're not going backward, we're going forward.
And while the faculty and students' motivation continues to grow, their hard work will be put to the test come this year's FCAT. Juliana Valencia, WFT News. To even cross this line into the spiritual camp to film, one has to fill out several forms that are approved by a board that meets once a month. Reporting live in the UF Newsroom, Juliana Valencia, WUFT News.